Well, hey, it's been a long time, folks. I thought about doing some gameplay, but I honestly didn't have enough time. I actually wanted to do this last week, and time's been getting away from me. What can I say? It's been crazy, it's been hectic, it's been a lot, and I'm actually coming off a very hard week. It was not fun. Some of the comments and things that were said to me at work from customers just kind of ruined my day. But I don't want to focus on the negative too much, but want to focus on the positive because there's a lot of good things happening in life too. But yeah, so I actually just decided to renovate the whole farm space because I was getting kind of sick of the way it looked. So that's another reason why I decided to do just a speed build, but I have a lot to talk about and a lot of things that were on my noggin, so it's a good opportunity for me to just spam talk as well as have something somewhat entertaining hopefully going on in the background. But I wanted to talk a little bit about the build first. I decided to change things up after looking through some inspiration of what typical English cottage type homes look like. And then after I saw that, I kind of just let my mind grow from there. And the end result, I actually really, really love. So I hope you like it too. And it's just, you can pretty much, everything I do is pretty self-explanatory. So I'm not going to go in like huge detail about decisions until like later in the build, so that leads me to kind of the non-sim related stuff that I wanted to talk about. So the weekend before this one, I actually had the opportunity to attend Salt Lake Comic-Con, aka FanX. It was really, really fun. It was great. I got to go for one day with my husband and younger brother-in-law. It was my brother-in-law's first time going, and he had a freaking blast. But more than anything, I wanted to talk about just the environment. People like to rag on nerds a lot and kind of like to make fun of being parts of fandoms or being into things that aren't sports. I know it's kind of a really generic thing to say, but I remember like being in school and stuff, and it was like not considered quote unquote cool to like that kind of stuff, and you still have that negative kind of stereotype surrounding fandoms and people who enjoy things like that it's quote like childish or it's immature or it's weird. It's like whatever like synonym you want to like give it. There's a lot of negative around it, and I don't understand why, because like literally every single person I talked to at the Comic-Con was so nice, like the nicest people you're ever gonna meet, and so welcoming too. Even when they were debating about things, like people completely respected sorry, I'm bumping this, each other's opinions. And more than anything, they were just there to have fun and focus on all of that. And I thought that was really cool. That wasn't something I had seen in actually a really, really long time. And I just kind of realized how sad that was. How freaking difficult it is to find people these days who are totally welcoming and non-judgmental of who you are or where you're coming from. You're just there to have fun, and you're focused on that one thing. You're just focused on the fact that you're freaking fans of something. It doesn't even matter what you're fans of. Like, it was just so great, and everyone was so kind and unapologetic, and it's just so good. Like, even just the basic interactions I had with people in the bathroom were so much kinder than I have had in months. And I don't know what that means, but I know that I really appreciated it. And for me, that means like I needed to focus on being kinder in my interactions, and that really paid off this week because, like I said, it was rough. I had some customers that I didn't want to be nice to. They were rude. The things that they said to me were straight up like just not okay. Like, it's just not okay to say that to someone else, especially someone who's trying to help you and taking a lot of time to actually do that. But the less that I focused on that stuff and the more that I focused on just helping and the good of the situation and the good of the people who did call in, because I do get a lot of customers who are amazing and kind and considerate and so thankful for the help that they get while they're on the phone, that completely wipes out every single bad experience. Even though the bad experiences, I mean, they make me bawl. I literally hate crying, but I guess long story short, the point that I wanted to bring this up is that it doesn't take that much to be a good human. Like, it literally takes 2 seconds, and even if you don't have the most commonalities with one another, it's worth it. It's worth it to like be appreciative. It's worth it to be understanding, and to just take that time and effort, because it really makes a difference in someone's day. If I had I get more calls that are positive, and that so much more makes me want to go into work than the people who sit and scream at me and want to point out everything that I've done wrong, or want to point out the bad. And I just really think that that's a huge lesson, 1 for me, and 2 for everyone, that the more you focus on good stuff, and I mean, not every day is going to be positive, not every day is going to be great, but the more time you take to focus on good, even if it's about someone you don't like, the better things are going to be. And that's just my soapbox, and I just wanted to say, I guess, more than anything, I really appreciate y'all nerds. Like, it's so great to be a part of something like that, and to know so many wonderful people, and to also, like, even beyond that group of people, to know that they're out there, and to just keep looking for that, and not only look for it, but also be that. If you expect kindness, be the kindness too that you want to get. And yeah, that's the end of my soapbox, but I thought that was really important, and I really just wanted to take the bulk of my time to say that. But anyway, I will get off that kind of sad note, or kind of random note, and talk about what's going on in the build. So I've always had this vision of a house that's kind of cottage style, with like a path leading up to it, and having a super pretty garden in the front. And right now in the game, I don't have a ton of money to make the huge garden a reality, so I actually had to cheat. If you call it cheating, okay? If it's available in the game and you can search for it. I mean, is it cheating? I mean, you do have to type in a cheat code to find these stuff, so I guess it is. But it drastically improves the look and feel of the farm. I've also just really missed playing this save. I haven't had a lot of time for personal interests lately. I don't know how I have less time now than when I was in school to pursue this, but holy crap, it's like I have to work 10 times harder to find time to get to do this, but it's so worth it, because 1, it provides the opportunity for me to share some thoughts and feelings I've been having, and 2, it provides the opportunity to connect to even more people that I wouldn't normally have the chance to, and that's really exciting. Also, it gives me a chance to just like let off some steam and build and do something creative and do something for me. I know a lot of people don't like to talk about that too much, the self-love stuff, or some people like to talk about it too much, but you need a good balance of it, and you need to focus on the things that you enjoy in life, because if you're not, like, your brain is just freaking not gonna catch up with you. Like, there's just no way. Your soul, your mind, your heart, your body, everything needs to align, and some of that means taking time to focus on what you really enjoy and not feeling guilt about that. That's one thing that, like, for the longest time, I had a hard time overcoming, was not feeling the guilt of having interest in things like The Sims and letting it take some time. But like, the more I like sat back and like, 1, joined the community of the gaming world in Sims, of streaming, I realized that it's not so much a waste of time as it is something that brings like great joy and also brings great connection with others. And how could that possibly be a waste of time? Like, if you're meeting people, if you're connecting to other people, if you're enjoying yourself, if you're learning something that you didn't know before, like, how how is that any less beneficial than going out and exercising for a few minutes? How is that any less beneficial than going and having a night on the town? There are so many reasons to do things like watch movies, to play a game, to do something that you enjoy that go beyond the basic stuff that other people think you should be doing. And you know, that of course is going to look different for everyone. Not everyone enjoys sitting down and playing a game. For some people, the most fun that they can have in life is going out with friends and is doing those things like all the time, 24/7, and there's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, we need to learn how to respect other people's interests. And if that means gaming, that means gaming, dude. Anyway, I guess I got on another soapbox that I didn't plan to get on. But yeah, so basically I'm just condensing everything into two major sides, and then with the house centered in the middle. Eventually I would like to get more animals beyond just like the two. I guess we have three now. Yeah, I forgot about the new chick. 3 chickens / roosters that we have now. I'd like to get a llama or a cow eventually too. Probably a cow for milk purposes, because I do have that lot challenge of the simple living, which means I have to provide every single piece of food for my sim to eat, which is going to get 10 times harder now that I have a fridge. But oh my gosh, I'm so excited we have a fridge. Yes, finally can move away from the cooler, which again is both a challenge and oh my gosh, it's a major improvement. Yeah, so now you'll see me like doing kind of like the finishing touches, like making the place look a little bit better than it had. Like I said, I used debug to add a lot of like a better look to the farm, just because beforehand it was kind of plain, it was boring. Like at first I thought it was funny to have the tent, and I mean it was what lasted, but that's not a long lasting way to play The Sims at all. Like there's no way to last in a legacy challenge just with a tent and a cooler to eat with. Like you have to go to town every single time to shower, or to like, yeah, you're eating granola like 6 times a day, and that's just not fun. So I'm excited to be getting like an actual house and to be getting actual food preparation space. It's gonna be a challenge for sure, but it will be also worth it. I do know that I need to grab a toilet because I forgot. Sorry, I got off of work and now I'm just yawning. Sorry. I forgot that our pea bush got destroyed. That's so yeah. We're gonna need to sell that giant pumpkin next time we play, earn some cash, go fishing, and get an indoor toilet. I'm also thinking too that this makes sense just for where we're at in the game, that he would be getting it more built up because of where his relationship is with Celia. Things are just a lot more serious than they had been. The relationship is like progressing quite well, so I think that Frank would be, you know, kind of considering, hey, like not only do I want to like have the best farm, but I also want to build a home on this land that is inviting and would, you know, just be somewhere where she would want to live with me and spend, you know, our lives together. So it's more than just competing with his cousin now, although that still is the prime objective to prove, you know, himself and to prove his legacy. But yeah, that, you know, Celia is slowly becoming a part of that, a major part of that. And I think it maybe in a couple episodes she'll be an even bigger part of that. Way more established than what I have her as now. But, you know, that's just planning simple things. These lavender bushes are something that I have wanted to do along a path for a really long time. I saw something on Pinterest, of course, scrolling through homes, images of homes, and the way that it looked, it's just phenomenal. And it doesn't really translate over into The Sims that well, but I still love it. It's still super cute. Like, gotta love those lavender bushes. More than anything, like I said, I just want to add detail. I wanted it to be interesting to look at instead of just dull and boring and barely anything. I wanted it to look like he was getting somewhat established, because I mean, he's been here for a couple seasons now. He's been here since spring. Jeez Louise, I'm so sorry. It's like 11:30 or something like that, and like I said, it's been a long week, so I just keep yawning. But you know, yawning's healthy for you, or so I've been told. I don't know, something about oxygen getting to your brain, which, you know, I need. So okay, I just wanted to do a quick little tour of what the farm looks like now that it's done, because I didn't really get to do that in the build video. But yeah, I was kind of talking about how now, let's see, let's go like this. Yeah, it's just really simple, but it just suits it much more. Yeah, it just makes more sense right now. Like, of course it's not realistic to have like those huge trees out of nowhere, but we'll ignore that. We'll suspend our belief a little bit just for the sake of a better looking environment. But yeah, let's go take a look inside the house. I need to get some light in here, but yep, now we have a fridge that is functional off the grid and a little separate bedroom with the shower. So eventually I will like to get the toilet and sink, and then I think we'll be rocking and rolling a lot better than where we were. But right now I think, you know, it looks pretty dang good, all things considered. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great weekend and that you get some rest from whatever your days and weeks look like, and you really take the time to do things that you love and enjoy.